again, thank you for coming out to this great, exciting dedication ceremony. I'm Steve Sachs, the General Manager of Murfreesboro Electric, and it's just a wonderful day and a wonderful weather, and just a great opportunity to honor Dr. Rogers with this substation. Let me take just a minute or two and thank all of you for being here. I haven't seen the mayor. I don't see him. Shane McFarland, former Mayor Richard Reeves, Vice Mayor Doug Young, our council members Ron Washington, Toby Gilley, Madeline Scales, Eddie Smotherman, and Rick LaLance. Thank you if you're here. Thank you for coming, although I don't see him. Rob Lyons, our city manager. Thank you, Rob, for coming. Susan McGannon, city attorney and power board attorney. Thank you. Former attorney Tom Reed had said he was going to come, but I don't see him. They all may be here soon. Some of our TVA folks, Megan King, is Megan here? Armor Mugabe. Armor is the guy that helped put this substation in place. Thank you. Our engineers that were involved, Joe Nims, Jody Cathy, and our retired engineer, Tom Barnes, thank you. They're all three here, and thank you for being here. What a glorious day, and I just want to talk a minute from my heart about what's happened here. 14 years ago, a lady was asked to serve on our board by the name of Dr. Jean Ann Rogers, and she was the first female in history that I can find to serve on the Electric Power Board. She served with Charlie Lynch, Robert Rose, Richard Reeves, Robert Scales Sr., and Robert Scales Jr. is now with us, and Mary Scales. Dr. Rogers, I can't help believe that Charlie and Mary aren't smiling on us today, so I want to acknowledge that. This is a really state-of-the-art substation. I know this doesn't mean a lot to all you folks, but this is as good as it gets, and we're really proud to have this facility here in Murfreesboro. This substation is designed for a 50-year life, so most of us will be gone when the time this station gets rebuilt again. This is providing power for the whole southeastern side of our system. So we're real proud of it, and we're glad you get to come out today to join us in its dedication. We will have some little tours later on after the dedication, but I remind you what your mother told you many years ago: don't stick your finger in the light socket. Be careful you don't stick your finger in anything around here. But again, thank you for being here. I'm going to turn the program over to Dr. Jim Burton. He's going to do a presentation. Jim?
Thank you, Steve, and let me add my welcome on this absolutely beautiful day that we have to honor Dr. Jean Ann Rogers. If you would, before we get started, let me please once again introduce the other members of our power board, two of whom I haven't seen yet, Mr. Rick Hardesty and Mr. Toby Gilley, but one of whom has joined us, Mr. Robert Scales. Robert, would you acknowledge and thank you for being here? As Steve said, Dr. Rogers was appointed to the board on February 23rd, 2000, and it was an historic appointment because she was the first woman to serve on the power board. At that time, Murfreesboro Electric had 71 employees and 33,354 customers. We now have 88 full-time employees, 32 contract employees, and over 54,300 customers. That is a customer growth rate in that period of time of 64%. In 2004, Jean Ann was elected as the vice chair, and on January the 28th, 2009, she was elected as the board chair, where she continues to provide very strong leadership. There have been other historic moments under her leadership, such as the move to automatic meter reading and the Economic Development Partnership, which we have formed with the Chamber of Commerce to bring industries such as Amazon, NHK, and the expansion of General Mills to Murfreesboro. These businesses have increased our customer base, which has spurred the need for more schools, commercial development, and economic growth. And in fact, the substation we're dedicating today is a result of that partnership, and if you look back that general direction, you'll see those facilities which are requiring this power. Dr. Rogers has been a practicing optometrist. Apparently my eye tooth was covered there, Gina, and I'm sorry. Optometrist in Murfreesboro for 35 years, having received her education in Mississippi, Illinois, and Tennessee. And since moving to Murfreesboro, she has been involved in the community, in her profession, and in her church. That involvement includes the Rutherford County Chamber of Commerce, the United Way, the League of Women Voters, AAUW, and Rutherford Cable. She has volunteered with Read to Succeed, and she has coached youth basketball from Church League to Junior Pro City League. You may not know that Dr. Rogers holds the state of Mississippi record for scoring in a women's basketball game with 65 points. She served as Siegel High School's first PTA president. She was appointed by Governor Bredesen in 2005 to the State Board of Education for a 9-year term. She is a trustee of Motlow State College, and she holds membership in the Tennessee Academy of Optometry and has served as the 6th Congressional Liaison for the American Optometric Association from 2005 until 2011. She served many roles in the First United Methodist Church and is currently a substitute Sunday school teacher and on the staff parish committee. She and her husband, Mark, Judge Mark Rogers, on the right, have 3 daughters, Jan Margaret, Ann Catherine, and Addison. Would the family stand up so everybody can recognize you, please? Now it's my pleasure to ask Dr. Rogers and Judge Rogers to join me. Y'all come on up here. I think you all be able to hear me. We're going to move this over here on this side. Mark you there. He's going to take the thing down. Let me read to you what the plaque that we're going to unveil says. The Murfreesboro Electric Department hereby dedicates and names this electric distribution substation in honor of Dr. Jean Ann Rogers in recognition of her many years of outstanding service. Since her 2000 appointment to the Board of Directors and her 2009 election as board chair, her dedication and support of economic development has contributed to MED's success. Her focus on financial health and long-term planning for the electric system have enabled the continued development of a reliable, efficient, and progressive infrastructure to meet the needs of a great and growing city. This substation is the latest example of her vision and commitment. The Board of Directors, Dr. Jean Ann Rogers, Chair, Dr. E. James Burton, Vice Chair, Toby Gelly, Member, Rick Hardesty, Member, Robert Scales, Member, General Manager Stephen R. Sachs, dedicated today, June 27, 2014. I don't get to boss her around very often. It's a pleasure to have that. We have we want to give this as a small token. Congratulations, and we want to invite you to the chair, to the podium.
Thank y'all all for being here. You know, I didn't know about this, so, you know, tears may come, but I really do appreciate my board giving me this honor of dedicating the substation in my name. I'm deeply appreciative. When I'm asked what I'm most proud of since assuming chair, it's how Murfreesboro electric rates have stayed some of the lowest in the nation. We continue to provide innovative technology while keeping the rates low. And this skill of our employees and the technology have made us have a reliability rate of 99.9913%. Our industry, our electric department is a leader in the industry. I'm proud of our dedicated employees. They always strive to work safely and efficiently. They care about our customers. This was evident when we had the storm on Good Friday that devastated our community. Employees that were off work came in without being called in, and they worked around the clock, and our power was put back on in 48 hours. Murfreesboro Electric puts the safety and well-being of our customers first. I'm very proud of this. We take electricity for granted, the South was behind in industry because we didn't have air conditioning. TVA is just 81 years old. Murfreesboro and Rutherford County are booming. We're ranked number 10 of the fastest growing in the nation. Murfreesboro Electric plays a part in that growth. We are an integral part of the success of our community. This substation provides power to the southwest part of our service territory, which includes a newer section of the industrial park, schools, and future development. One being Betsy Taylor's state-of-the-art planned development, the Maples, which is by the Whitworth Buchanan Middle School. I am honored and humbled to have this substation named for me. I follow great mentors, Charlie Lynch, Robert Rose, and former Mayor Richard Reeves. Being the first female on the board, let me tell you a quick story. Chairman Lynch said, "I'm not so sure how these men feel about you coming on board." Well, even one of them said, "Well, she can't even climb a pole." So what I had my staff do is drive me to a pole, and I got on top of my car and climbed onto a rail and had Carolyn take the picture this way. And then I went in to the board meeting, my board meeting, put the picture on the table, and I said, "Okay, where's your proof?" I learned a lot from these men, not only about Murfreesboro Electric's board responsibility, but about community service. When I'm old and feeble and I can't remember my name, my children can drive me out here and say, "Mom, this is who you are." And I think I'll look at them and I'll say, "A brick wall?" What I cherish the most is my relationship with you. I'm a better person because I know you, and Murfreesboro is a better place because of you. Thank you all for coming out to support me today.